Good morning. I am Donna Lyon with CNN News, and I would like to welcome everyone here this morning, the day before the election, to have one final debate between the two candidates for President of the United States of America. I am joined today with Laura Graham from Fox News. Good morning, Laura.
Thanks, Donna. We are here today at the historic North Central Academy in beautiful Tiffin, Ohio. A big thank you to everyone who worked so hard to bring this debate together. We are happy to see so many youth here this morning that are interested in the political process.
We would also like to thank the teachers and staff for all their help with today's debate.
So, without any further comments, we would like to introduce the Republican candidate for President, Donald J. Trump.
And now, the Democratic candidate, Joe Biden.
Now, as we start this debate, we ask the audience to refrain from clapping or cheering for one candidate or another, because we have limited time and we have some important issues to cover. At the very end of the debate, we can have a rousing round of applause for both of the candidates.
We had a coin toss earlier to see who would go first. Donald Trump won the coin toss and deferred to Joe Biden, so he will go first. Laura, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay, then let's start the final debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Good morning, Mr. Biden. Thank you for being here in Tiffin, Ohio, the day before the election. Why are you, Joe Biden, the best candidate to be our president for the next 4 years?
I, first of all, would like to thank North Central Academy for hosting this debate this morning. I believe I am the best candidate because America needs a president that will stand up for all citizens and not be a puppet to Wall Street. That's exactly what I'll do as president when I'm your president. You will have someone standing on your side and fighting for you, someone who will listen to what you have to say and make sure you are being treated fairly with dignity and respect.
Good morning, Mr. Trump. Thank you for being here in Tiffin, Ohio, the day before the election. Why are you, Donald J. Trump, the best candidate to be our president for the next 4 years?
First, I too would like to thank North Central Academy for hosting the debate this morning. It is my privilege and an honor to be here at Tiffin, Ohio, and at NCA. I believe I'm the best candidate to be a president for another 4 years because I'm a problem solver, a fighter for what is right, and someone who has a proven track record of bringing jobs back to America. I believe I've done more for the American people in 47 months than my opponent here has done in 47 years. I also keep all of my promises. All of my election promises I made 4 years ago, I've kept. Promises made, promises kept. I am the law and order candidate. I support our cops and our troops. I put more money back into our military, a military that was so depleted under the Obama-Biden White House. They defunded our military for 8 years, and now they want to defund our police. Under my leadership, that will never happen.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Mr. Biden, what will be your major action as president?
As president, I will focus on putting money back into the middle-class Americans by increasing access to affordable health care, getting the education and training we need for our children to be effective in the workplace, and spreading out economic opportunity throughout all parts of America so we can secure our future and the quality of life in our communities.
Thank you very much, Mr. Biden. Now, Mr. Trump, what will be your first major action in your next 4 years?
First, we must continue to aggressively tackle this COVID epidemic with the vaccines, which are right around the corner, and new treatments. This COVID has temporarily hurt our economy, which, by the way, was the strongest in U.S. history, and I know how to build it back up even better and stronger. The next year under my leadership will be the biggest boom in our economy that this world has ever seen.
Thank you very much, Mr. Trump. Mr. Biden, how will you, as president, handle the COVID epidemic that is currently plaguing Ohioans, Americans, and the world?
I believe we need a leader that will act quickly quickly to get a vaccine and be honest with Americans. Wear a mask. I would mandate that everyone in our country must wear a mask at all times. And if the science tells me to, I will close everything down again. I will close everything down on the board on a federal level. We have to take this COVID thing seriously. I wouldn't trust a vaccine from this president. We need a vaccine that the people can trust.
Thank you, Mr. Biden. Mr. Trump, same question. How do you think you, as president, is handling the COVID epidemic that is currently plaguing Ohioans, Americans, and the world?
I have the trash virus, and I can tell you it is a nasty thing. It is terrible if even one person dies from it. But I believe we have done a great job on handling it. I closed down the travel from China and Europe and called all of kinds of negative comments from my opponent, and all the Democrats for that matter. But by closing the foreign travel down as quick as I did, health professionals believe that I saved millions from dying. It is something that I get zero credit for. Also, we are this close to having a vaccine. My project Warp Speed that has changed the way we get things approved and faster trials on medicine. Going forward in 2020, we will have more rapid tests and more medicines and a vaccine. Then we will have an even greater economy. It's going to be great.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Mr. Biden, what is your policy on public education? Do you favor school choice, allowing parents to select what school is best fit for their children?
I will relentlessly press on for a school funding system that is fair as well as through inefficient. I am strongly against federal tax dollars for private and charter schools. Our public education system is already in bad shape. It is only getting worse by siphoning education dollars from them to give to other schools. I believe we should also have universal pre-kindergarten for 3 and 4-year-olds paid by the federal government.
Thank you very much, Mr. Biden. Mr. Trump, what is your policy on public education? Do you favor school choice, allowing parents to select what school is best fit for their children?
I definitely think parents have a right, a God-given right, to send their children to a school of their choice. I believe every American child should have school choice. Look at this beautiful school here, NCA. I would send my kids here. Mr. Biden is in so deep with the teachers union, and they have controlled his thoughts on this. But I bet you he would rather have a choice to send his kids to a private school. I bet you that. I believe we should lessen the role the federal government plays in education. Let the state decide what they want to do with education.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Mr. Biden, following up on education, what is your policy on schools opening back up in regards to COVID?
Important topic. On reopening the schools, closed because of COVID. I believe Mr. Trump is rushing too soon to force the schools back open. Come on, man, what's the hurry? We are putting our teachers and kids at risk. I would like to leave schools closed until we have a real safe vaccine, period.
Well, it's a good thing we prepare for this type of thing. I'd like to personally apologize to our candidates, our audience here at NCA, and our viewers at home for that very inappropriate interruption.
Although everyone does have their First Amendment rights of free speech and protesting is everyone's right, there's a proper time and place to protest.
And this important debate is neither the time nor the place to protest.
A big thank you to our law enforcement for taking quick and decisive action and quelling the unfortunate outburst.
Now, candidates, let's get back to it. Now, where were we? Laura, I think you had the next question.
Yes, thanks, Donna. Mr. Trump, following up on education, what is your policy on schools opening back up in regards of COVID?
First, I just want to say great job, police officers. I love our law enforcement. Great people our police officers are. Now, schools and COVID. I believe the students should be back in classrooms and get back to school as quickly as possible. Of course, take safety precautions. But even the World Health Organization states that these shutdowns are causing more harm than good. Unlike Mr. Biden here, we don't have to hide in our basements. And all the scientists say and all the data shows that kids are least likely to get sick, and only like 0.01% of young kids get the China virus, and only very, very few of them get sick. Open the school doors back open and get back to the business of learning.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Mr. Biden, what is your position on the Second Amendment and gun control laws, as well as teachers being able to conceal carry?
As president, I will do common gun safety for police. I will hold gun manufacturers accountable and ban the manufacturing and sales of assault weapons in large capacity magazines. We will buy back your weapons and restrict what weapons and how many guns you can buy. I want 100% of guns in America sold to be smart guns, and guns that have computers in them so only the owner of the guns can shoot them. And about putting guns in teachers' hands in school, come on, man. We should make sure there are no guns in school. 0 in school, not add more.
Thank you very much, Mr. Biden. Mr. Trump, what is your position on the Second Amendment and gun control laws, as well as teachers being able to conceal carry?
The Second Amendment to our Constitution is clear, and I quote, "The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed upon." Period. My opponent here would love to take your guns away. He has said that so many times. And teachers defending themselves, I believe we should have teachers who are properly trained be able to conceal carry in the classroom. The bad guys, the terrible people who want to harm our kids in a school would think twice about going to a school if they knew Mrs. Smith, the math teacher, or Mr. Jones, the science teacher, was packing.
Thank you, Mr. Trump. Mr. Biden, as American voters go to the polls tomorrow, what is the final thing you would like to say to them on why they should vote for Joe Biden?
Americans have a choice. Do you want an America where the rich get richer and we bow down to Wall Street, or do you want someone who will fight for you? Fight for the middle class. We need to get this COVID. We need to bring back jobs. We need to work together as a nation. A vote for Joe Biden is voting for building back a better America. We can be better, and it starts with your vote tomorrow. Thank you for your time here today, and to North Central Academy for hosting this event.
Thank you, Mr. Biden. Mr. Trump, when American voters go to the polls tomorrow, what's the final thing that you would like to say to them on why they should vote for Donald J. Trump?
I just want to say thank you to North Central Academy for hosting this final debate today. You guys were great. Great to be here. I want everyone to remember that this guy had 47 years to do what he said he was going to do. 47 years. I've done more in 47 months than he has done in 47 years. Let's keep making America great again. Vote for me, Donald J. Trump. God bless you all, and God bless the United States of America.
Thank you very much, Mr. Biden and Mr. Trump, for your time here at NCA today. Now, let's give both of the candidates a big round of applause.
Now, Americans, you have a big decision tomorrow, Election Day 2020, so get out there and vote tomorrow.
Students, you will have a chance to vote tomorrow as well. As you come in the front school door tomorrow morning, stop by the front desk, get a ballot, go to the voting booth, and vote.
Once again, thank you to the staff of North Central Academy for all your help with today's debate.
And a big thank you to the NCA theater class. Job well done.
On behalf of Laura and myself, I thank you, and that concludes today's debate.
Remember, get out and vote tomorrow. Hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.
This has been a North Central Academy production.